99% of people in their self-improvement journey or starting out their self-improvement journey make these major mistakes, but in this video I'm going to let you know what they are and how to stop and avoid them. And if you're starting out your self-improvement journey or you're feeling like falling off your self-improvement journey, please don't.
Stop it. Get some help.
Self-improvement is really important for anyone, for everyone, no matter, well, it does depend on the age, but no matter who, it is good for everyone. Most people think that self-improvement is something they undergo and then it just goes and then they're fine. But really and truly, self-improvement is a lifelong journey that everyone should undertake, whether to learn or to get healthier or to get rich or to make friends. Self-improvement is very broad and it covers everything. To improve, it's just to improve on yourself and to become the best person that you can be. Now, whilst going under the self-improvement journey, or anyone going on the self-improvement journey, they either get misguided or they misjudge what they need to do, or they have misinformation and they think the self-improvement is not for them. Therefore, they stop their self-improvement journey and then start going back to their old ways. But self-improvement makes you that better person, the person that you want to be. So why stop? Don't stop, because then you're just going to be wasting your life away and become the person that you didn't want to be. But by going through the journey and maybe making these mistakes and learning from those mistakes, you can become the best person or the person that you want to be.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
And to be honest, I have made countless mistakes, and I know many others have also made the same mistakes and other mistakes that I probably haven't made, but they have also made countless mistakes. And it all started back in 2022 when I was going on my first breakup. After that breakup happened, I was going downhill, full downhill. I did not eat, I did not sleep, I did not keep my hygiene up, I didn't even go to school, I didn't talk to no one, I didn't do anything. I lost weight, I was sleep deprived, I was depressed, I just had serious mental health issues. But I did clean myself up and I went back to school. And when I went back to school, it took a big turn in my life, because I made up with my friends, because I fell out with them whilst I was in a relationship, but I made back up with them. And one of my friends told me, this guy that I watch on YouTube, still to this day, this guy I watch on YouTube, and how to self-improve and how to better my life and how to get over breakups and everything. And I did just that. I improved, I went to the gym, I started eating well, I started eating healthier, I started making my own food, and I started to learn. I wanted to revise for my studies to get better grades, and I did just that. But I was watching all this content on how to self-improve, but was I really watching that content? And that's where my first mistake began. The first mistake was I was unfocused. I kept procrastinating, I kept watching TikTok, or, I kept doing those things, and I started to fall off self-improvement, and I started to go back to the person I was before, which I did not want. Because then as soon as I realized that, I knew how to avoid it, and I started actually focusing on the content, and I actually started to learn and actually started to self-improve myself even more. Started to go to the gym more, started to eat more, because I did stop eating again. And that is the first mistake, is procrastinating. You're not focusing. You need to focus, you need to put that phone down, and you actually need to focus on what's important, what's right in front of you, and what you need to learn. But as I was just doing just that, I started to make another mistake, and another, and then I started to fall off self-improvement yet again. And this mistake was, I was trying to just rely on my own memory. And I don't even know why I did that, because honestly, I have the worst memory possible. So I don't know why I thought I'll remember my routine on what to eat and what to do, or my gym routine, or what to drink for protein or creatine or whatever. I thought I could just remember everything, but no, it was all muddled up. It was messy, and I didn't follow my own plan, none of the plans that I made in my head. But how I stopped doing that mistake was I wrote it out. I wrote the plans, as you can see in the background, and there's another one behind me. I actually write it out, I tick it off, or I'll tell myself a to-do list on what to do, and then I stuck to it. I actually started to stick to it, and this is how I got to where I am right now. So therefore, stop relying on your memory, make a plan, write it out, stick it on your wall, or put it in your phone. Well, I wouldn't advise doing that, because you'll probably procrastinate again and then go on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. But write out the plan, and make sure you stick to it, and make sure you can see it, visibly see it, so you know to stick to it. And to be honest, that helped me avoid the third mistake, but I still fall into the third mistake. And that third mistake is your environment. So back when I started out my self-improvement journey, my room was a mess. Like I said, I was playing games also, as well as self-improving. But the person I was watching told me to change my environment. So therefore, I stopped playing my games, I put my Xbox somewhere else, and I rearranged my whole room. And by doing that, that creates a blank slate and makes a fresh start for you and make you feel like a new person. And by changing your environment, it allows room for progress and allows room to reorganize your routine and put stuff wherever you want. It's very beneficial to change your environment. And that was great, and that's what I did. I changed my environment, and then I started to do everything, absolutely everything. And that's where the fourth mistake came in. I did everything. I was rising, I was in the gym, I was meditating, I was reading, I was keeping up with my skin routine. I was doing it all of it. But it all started to fall apart because I was doing everything at once. It was unbalanced for me. It was uncomfortable. And that's why I recommend to do things like in separate intervals, do it individually, little by little. This will help you create a foundation on where to start and where to put your routine and where to implement other things and when to do it. And then you'll start to become comfortable with the routine that you've created. Don't do everything all at once because it's gonna feel weird. It's unnatural to you. So that's why implementing one thing and then getting comfortable with it, and then implement another and then getting comfortable with it, it'll make it so much better. It is longer, at least you will be consistent with it. And that's just what I did and what I advise you to do as well. And then you'll be able to stick with the routine that you've created. You have a blank slate, you have a new routine, and you have the motivation to do it and probably the discipline, and you have a structure in place to make sure you do that routine as well as. But yet again, I made another mistake. I do have everything out. I have my tick sheet and everything, and it made me feel so good ticking it off and ticking it off. But there were some things that I didn't do. And you never guess what I did. I ticked the ones I didn't do. And to be honest, this did not make me feel good at all. Not at all. I was thinking about it the rest of the day, for days even. And I can even see it. I know I cheated. And to be honest, I ended up scribbling it out. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it, but as you can see, I ticked some there, and I just scribbled it out. And to be honest, that made me feel better because now I know that I didn't cheat on my routine and I didn't tick it off. But just don't do it. Actually do the things and feel the joy of ticking it instead of not doing it and then feel nothing and feel regret and guilty for doing it. So therefore, stick to your routine. If you don't stick to it, then don't tick it, because then it will help you and make sure you do it next time, at least. And on the sixth mistake is relying way too much on motivation. For example, when I was going to the gym, I was motivated, I was pumped, I was doing it. But I started to fall off because I started to not really enjoy it. It felt like a hobby, but that's what it is really. You're not going to be motivated to do it every day, every year, forever, for the whole rest of your life. Yeah, you'll feel a passion, that will give you drive and the motivation to do it, but there are times where you just don't have the motivation, and that's where discipline comes into play. You have to be disciplined. So therefore, just don't rely on too much on motivation and learn that you need to be disciplined. And motivation does go away after a while. It does come back, but also goes away. So please, learn to not rely on too much on motivation and to be disciplined. And the last and final mistake is what I've made countless of times, is really just not communicating. Like, such as my girlfriend and my friends, I didn't tell them that I was on a self-improvement journey. You don't have to tell them, because people do say that do things in silence, but at least let them know that you're going on a different path, or you're working on yourself on doing something, or you're not going to be able to go out, or you're not going to be able to talk to them as much. At least let them know and reassure them that it's not them, it's you. Not in a bad way, but you're trying to do better things. Just let them know that you are doing something and you may need the time and the space to do that thing. Because if you were not to do that, then your friends or your girlfriend or your family may think that you don't love them, or you don't want to be around them, or they've done something wrong. But really and truly, you're just trying to go on a self-improvement journey. You're just trying to learn how to be the better person. So it's not their fault. That's why you need to reassure them so you don't lose them people, and then arguments don't form, and then it's just a big conflict for no reason when you're trying to self-improve, and then you'll stop self-improving because it's going to hurt you, and you're not going to want to do it because you want to spend time with them, because you feel bad, and you think self-improvement is not for you because it doesn't fit into your life. But you just haven't communicated with them. You haven't told them what you're doing. So what are they supposed to think? That's why you should communicate with them and reassure them that it's not them, it's you, you're doing something, and you just maybe need the time and the space. Now, you may not even face these mistakes, or you think these mistakes are fine, you'll just get over it. But really and truly, if you're making these mistakes, it will stay into your mind, and it will just disencourage and let you feel down over time because you haven't done things, and then you keep making these mistakes, and then that's where you think self-improvement is not for you, or it's not the right time. But it's a lifelong journey. As I said, it's for everyone, and you should implement it right now. And that's why you should avoid and not do these mistakes. So therefore, focus, put the phone down, or stop scrolling in the comments and actually focus. 2, stop relying on your memory, actually plan it out and structure it. 3, change your environment, gives you a blank slate and a fresh start. 4, implement these things individually over time and not do everything all at once. 5, stop ticking things off that you haven't done and actually allow it to affect you. 6, stop relying on motivation and learn the skill of discipline, so therefore you can keep doing and go along your self-improvement journey. And finally, communicate with others so they know that they're not the problem and there isn't a problem. Now, if you're starting out or been in the self-improvement journey for a long time and you want to reorganize or implement or fully structure self-improvement into your life, or you want to learn more about self-improvement, then please watch this video right here and subscribe.